Let's try that again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to tonight's coverage of Off-Week Little Guys Series Racing. And I'm apparently in the off-week as well, having some technical difficulties here, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get to trackside momentarily for what is a very interesting concept tonight. Really is. It is a version of the team draft that you've seen as part of PGR eSports, and we are live tonight on PGR eSports. But it's a version of that where we're going to have 30 of the big dogs and little dogs combined, 15 of each, on teams of 2. So what happened is a few moments ago, a group of 15 of what we're calling tonight big dogs drafted 15 of the little guys, which is exactly what we wanted to do in an off week. We want to do something fun, and this is what they came up with, a team draft event style. So here's how this will work. We have 15 teams of 2 in the session that we are going to show you in just a minute. They will be signified with a letter beside their name on your timing and scoring. We'll go through all 15 teams anyway. I'll give them to you. But throughout the race, if you want to reference who the teams of 2 are, they'll be on the left side of your screen on the timing and scoring tower throughout the night. There are 30 total drivers, 15 teams of 2. It's going to be a really fun concept. 50 laps of racing, a normal Little Guys Series race. All the same rules apply. All the same race details apply. A half-full fuel tank. Everything is going to be the same as it would be for a Monday night race. But tonight we have drafted teams of 2. We're doing something a little bit fun for the off week. The championship race will be this time next Monday night. Keep that in mind. Tonight's race is not for the Little Guys Series Championship. That is next Monday night. We'll have the 20 best of the Little Guys Series in Season 4 duking it out for the championship. Tonight is an off-week, all-star type event that we want to do in the week between to give those guys a chance to kind of prep, to give those guys a chance to game plan, and also relax before they duke it out for a championship in a week's time. So, again, tonight's not a championship race. It's a fun thing, and it's the Little Dog, Big Dog team draft event, and I cannot wait to call it. It's just me here tonight. No Matthew Baker, no Michael Triscaro because, well, Matthew Baker getting the night off tonight here on a Monday. But Michael Triscaro is in the field. He's actually on one of the teams. We'll get to that in just a moment. So just me. We're all flying solo tonight. You'll see Austin Green, my normal colleague on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He'll be in this race as well as one of the little guys. So good stuff coming up, and we're going to get you trackside with 60 seconds to go in qualifying. And so here we are, the virtual high banks of Talladega Super Speedway, our host site for what is going to be a very fun event here tonight. So with a 60-second gap, we're going to try to take you through as many of these teams as I can over the next about 60 seconds or so. And so here we go. Team A. So there are 15 teams. Team A, the first of the 15 teams, will consist of John Mullihan of McCullough Motorsports and Dustin Carruthers of KSR. Team B will consist of David Sheets from McCullough Motorsports and his McCullough Motorsports teammate, Danny Eshelman. Team C will be series owner John Ward and McCullough Motorsports driver and former Little Guy Series champion Josh McCullough. Team D, or the fourth team, will be Kenny McCullough for McCullough Motorsports team owner, as well as one of the newcomers tonight, Caden Diederich, as he will make his first appearance, I believe, here on a Monday night. They will be on Team D. Team E will be Logan York and Mike Davenport of Team PGR. They'll be Team E. Team F will be a pair of teammates for Kenny Stamper Racing, KSR. That'll be Devin Ray and Ryan Bass. That'll be Team F. Team G is PGR eSports owner Michael Triscaro, along with his teammate tonight, Joey Allen, in the 23. Team H will be the pairing of Andrew Schroeder in the 48, and J.R. Miller, an RMR winner from Team PGR. Team I will be Trevin Osronath of KSR in the 89, along with his teammate tonight, who I'm not sure if actually is in the field. Yes, he is, Richard Elliott of BAR in the 002. Trying to scroll through, I completely missed his name. My apologies there. Team J is going to be Mark Vondell of McCullough Motorsports and Kenny Stamper of KSR, the team owner of KSR. Team K, it'll be Team PGR's Brock Westmoreland, along with his teammate here in tonight's race. I'm scrolling through trying to find him. Well, his teammate may not yet be in tonight's race session. It's supposed to be Ron Morris Jr. I'm perhaps completely overlooking his name, but it is Ron Morris, and he is in here. I just completely missed his name. My apologies again on that. Team L, the next team here tonight, will be Heath Job in the 760 for Hyper Motorsports, and Team PGR's Tyler Vickery in the 124. Team M will be Blind Squirrel Racing's Tucker McClendon, and another former Little Guys Series champion back in the field tonight, Justin Mills for BAR in the 27. Team N, our second to last team, will be KSR's Thomas Parker, and his teammate, the man you're looking at on your screen right now, the beautifully adorned with the SummerSlam 499 logo, the 25 for Team PGR of Nash Brambilla. Final team in the field tonight, Austin Green in the 87, our regular season champion for the Little Guys Series in Season 4, and his teammate tonight, one of the late entries, Sierra Clampert. So 30 trucks total in the field. Now we'll go into your starting grid as we pace and get ready to go for this 50-lap event. You'll see all of the drivers' team letters, except for the ones whose names are a little bit too long, pop up next to their names during this pace lap. On the pole, a pole time of 55.666 seconds. It is Kenny McCullough, team owner McCullough Motorsports. And on Team D, to his outside, Team O's first representative, Austin Green in the 87. Row 2, Nash Brambilla on Team N, and Kenny Stamper on Team J. Row 3, Row 3, Michael Triscaro in the 34 of Team G, and John Ward of Team C. He'll start from 6th. Trevin Osborne of Team I will start 7th. J.R. Miller of Team H will start in the 8th position. And rounding out the top 10, a pair of teammates, but not really teammates tonight. That'll be Devin Ray in 9th and Dustin Carruthers in 10th. Ray on Team F, Carruthers on Team A. Moving back further, Mark Von Dell. He'll be on Team J with Brock Westmerlin actually listed in 12th. It's actually going to be Richard Elliott lining up in 12th for Team... I actually may not have made the grid. He's on Team I, but he did not make the grid. Row 7. The teammates on Team K tonight, Brock Westmerlin in the 4, Ron Morris in the 76. It'll be Thomas Parker of Team N and Caden Dieterich of Team D. They'll be on row number 8. Row 9, Danny Eschleman of Team B and Sierra Clampert of Team O. Row 10, rounding out the top 20, will be Andrew Schroeder of Team H and Logan York of Team E. Row 11, the former champ, Justin Mills of Team M and Heath Job of Team L. They'll line up on row number 11. Row 12 will be Josh McCullough of Team C, John Mullahan of Team A. Row 13, it'll be Mike Davenport of Team E, Joey Allen of Team G. Row 14 will be Ryan Baste of Team F, Tyler Vickery of Team L. And final row on the field tonight, David Sheets of Team B and Tucker McClendon of Team M. So a bit hard to follow, but I'll try to explain throughout the night. These drivers are technically teammates tonight, teams of 2, as we go throughout tonight's race. It is an interesting concept and one that will take a little bit of learning from all of us, but hey, we're going to get through it. 50 laps here at Talladega as we get the off week kicked off for the Little Guys Series and kick off another great week of money racing here on PGR eSports. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Hope you all enjoy the racing, and we are ready to go here from Talladega. Green flag is in the air. We are underway for off week racing for the Little Guys Series. Everybody's still 2x2 through the trial, but one of the big dogs in the field tonight, Kenny McCullough, with his teammate flanking him to his right elbow, Austin Green, and at the line, it'll be those two that stay on the front row here on lap 1. 3 wide early and often here tonight so far, and it's John Ward, series owner of the Little Guys Series, up on the outside. He's got help from J.R. Miller in the 78, a guy who's been on a generational hot streak over the last couple weeks, has completely morphed his game into something that we have not seen out of many drivers, and tonight already on the attack, on the offensive, trying to get to the front of the field. Austin Green, he takes the lead here into 3 as Kenny Stamper tries to fight off the charge from the outside of John Ward and J.R. Miller. It's Stamper, Morris, And Caden Diedrich, one of the newcomers, the 24 in the middle line. He's third as they come off turn 4 and into the tri-oval one more time. JR jumps back into the third line, dies off for the moment. Lap 2 complete, lap 3 goes on the board. They are fast and furious towards the back, but up front, pretty calm, cool, collected to this point in the race, and honestly not really surprised. These guys want to make it the whole distance. They want to keep their trucks intact. That's going to be the goal for most of these guys tonight, and so far everybody doing a nice job. 3 wide starting to build for the back, though, again around John Ward. Looks like it might be Justin Mills going along with series owner John Ward. Mills knows a thing or two about how to get a race win on a Monday. The defending Little Guys Series champion of Season 3 is in the field tonight. Josh McCullough, the Season 2 champ, is in the field tonight. And the Season 1 champ, Michael Triscaro, is in the field tonight. All 3 champions are representing. They'll be joined by a 4th member of that club 7 days from now. 20 of the best from this season will go at it in a couple weeks, and you're looking at several of them here at the front of the field. Morris, Stamper, Austin Green, all going to go for a championship here next week. It's going to be a really great championship race. I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am when we get back to Talladega in 7 days' time. Down the backstretch, still everybody minding their P's and Q's to this point. It's Ron Morris Jr. that leads the outside now, with Diedrich being a really great help so far, but John Ward, Justin Mills are going to try again to rally that outside line. Stamper sees that run coming, jumps right back up to the middle with the help of Ron Morris Jr. and allows Austin Green to go back to the lead here off of 4. The Embry-Riddle Ford F-150, our regular season champion, based on the points. He won a race earlier in the season and then proceeded to also win the regular season points. Austin Green on a hot streak. Really wants this one. Thought he should have been the champion last season and is out for revenge this season, and certainly put on a statement year this season in the Little Guys Series. Through 1 and 2. It is Austin Green, Kenny Stamper, still 2 by 2. As on the Alabama gang superstretch, the third line starts to gain some energy and starts to gain some help. It's Brock Westmoreland that goes to the outside. Middle line surges down the back. Kenny Stamper goes back to the lead, but the help is still middle and top. Ron Morris, John Ward, both looking for a little bit more help. It's going to go the way of Ron Morris here in turns 3 and 4, as the 76 from McCullough Motorsports and the race promoter of Tuesday Night Thunder will go to the lead off turn number 4 and down the front stretch one more time. Hot and heavy racing early here in the 2.66 mile, biggest and baddest track on the NASCAR circuit. Morris, a rare move, goes middle to top to try to bring Ward to the front. Can he get anything done? Not really, and is going to start to go backwards. Those two not teammates tonight. The closest set of teammates right now is Kenny McCullough and Caden Diedrich. They are row number 2. Kenny on the bottom, Diedrich in the middle. The next closest set of teammates, I believe, would be Austin Green and Sierra Clampert, 1st and 8th. Austin 1st on the bottom, Sierra 4th on the bottom. 4 wide. Stamper's going backwards. They split him out there into 3. Everybody gets it back together, but now the middle line very disorganized, and the top line lost some momentum. They'll have to gain it back here off turn number 4, but it allows the top 3 make it 4 off of turn number 4 to get clear. As Diedrich awaits some help, he'll get it in the form of Kenny Stamper in a moment, but they really have nothing doing on the middle line of the racetrack. So the bottom again will continue to get cars clear. A correction for you as lap 7 goes on the board. The middle line starts to surge once again. A correction for you. There is 70% fuel tonight, not the normal 50% that we're used to on these 50-lap Little Guys Series races. 70% tonight, which means they'll be able to run just over 20 laps if our calculations from earlier weeks are accurate. So a little bit longer runs than we're used to on Mondays. 70% fuel in the session tonight. No fast repairs, so that is the same as Mondays. Kenny McCullough back to the lead. He went flip-flop with his teammate Austin Green with the help of their teammate Ron Morris. McCullough Motorsports looks good early, but again, they're not really running together. They're not exactly teammates. Diedrich and McCullough are the teammates up here, the 24 and the 03. Then it's Green and Clampert that are the next closest set of teammates. And then Ron Morris and Brock Westmoreland. Westmoreland now 3rd in the middle. Ron Morris is leading the middle. Looking back from there, who would be the next closest set of teammates, and there really aren't a ton. J.R. Miller and Andrew Schroeder are pretty close together towards the back. They're actually nose to tail right now on the bottom of the racetrack. But other than that, all the teammates pretty separated throughout the field. Top line's working. Kenny Stamper in the 30, John Ward the 92, Justin Mills in the 4, Heath Jobe in the 760, and Tyler Vickery in the 124. All of those trucks trying to come to the front, and it's now 3 wide, about 5 rows deep. So 15 of our 30 are here in this lead group, 5 rows abreast of 3 wide. Through the tri-oval once again, and down to the start-finish line they come. Lap 8 off the board, lap 9 goes on it. 42 laps to go in this off-week edition of the Little Guys Series. And Kenny McCullough, as you might expect, has led most of those 9 laps. Push comes to the bottom. Nash Brambilla in the back of Austin Green. They've got help from Caden Diedrich, who drops out, bails to the bottom now on the backstretch. Middle line going to try to regroup. Brock Westmoreland and Logan York, who I did not recognize that truck at first because he's back in the F-150. Back in some the blue and black colors we have not seen on Logan York's truck in a long time, and it threw me off. He's 4th in the middle right now in the 0-1. One truck off the pace, so we'll work to figure out who that is for you. I believe it is Joey Allen. It's going to be the first car to get lapped. Actually, it might be Richard Elliott. It's going to be Richard Elliott. Trouble at the front. Kenny Stamper, Kenny McCullough go around. Austin Green's involved. Michael Triscaro's involved. Tucker McClendon is involved. Dustin Carruthers. Mike Davenport, the big one, strikes in turn 1 on lap number 10, and it involves several of our heaviest hitters in the field. We'll go back and take a look at what got this one started at the front. We'll go from high above first. Watch Ron Morris, Kenny Stamper in the middle. I think this is going to be an offset push. And wow. Kenny way up the racetrack. Ron almost tries to go 4, and by the time he comes back up, he clips Kenny in the left rear. Stamper goes for a slide. They collect Austin Green. Nash Brambilla bails out of the way, and then this is the worst possible scenario for everybody behind him. Stamper and McCullough come straight back up. Brock Westmoreland gets into it right there. Michael Triscaro gets into it. And then you're going to see him start to pile in. Trevin Osbornoth is involved. Tucker McClendon is involved. Dustin Carruthers, Mike Davenport, Mark Vondell is involved. Thomas Parker, Tyler Vickery, John Mullahan all involved. A big, big, big incident here early on is really going to put a hindrance on this one. Let's go back up front, and you'll see this offset push here coming right by the start-finish line. You'll see it right here. Morris, I'm not sure if he was trying to go 4 wide, but whatever the case, they ended up, well, actually 3 wide right there, not 4. And Morris clips the 30 of Stamper, and chaos begins here behind him. Westmoreland piles in, and then you're going to see them start to just pile into each other. Osbornoth piles into Davenport, then he slides through McClendon into Brock Westmoreland. You see Davenport get clipped by Carruthers, who then clips Kenny Stamper a second time. And 31 of Josh McCullough may just have escaped that one. We'll take one more look at it. We'll go on board with Trevin Osbornoth in the 89. We'll see what he saw here in this one. You're on board with Osbornoth, the 89. Oh, he may have had some help getting in the back of Tucker McClendon. Then had some more help after the wreck. So a tough break there for several drivers in the field. Kenny Stamper of Team J. Mark Vondell of Team J. So that one took a major hit on Team J. Mike Davenport, Team E, is involved. John Mullahan on Team A, and several others. So we'll re-rack, re-stack the field for you. The closest pair of teammates now is going to be Nash Brambilla and Thomas Parker, as well as J.R. Miller and Andrew Schroeder. So we'll re-rack it here in a moment, about a quarter of the way through this one, with still just under 40 laps to go. Very fast and furious start to this one. Kind of surprised. Ultimately, we are not running for any kind of points tonight, so you know, it was going to happen eventually, obviously with no points on the line. But nonetheless, a fast and furious start to tonight's race. The pairs of two that took the hardest hits out of this one, Carruthers and Mullahan, both got involved right there. Let's see. Trevin Osbornoff, Richard Elliott. Trevin got big damage in that. Richard Elliott was already behind the 8-ball anyway. Kenny Stamper and Mark Vondell, Team J. A tough break for those two drivers. And other than that, most of the teams seem to get out relatively okay. Mike Davenport, Logan York, taking a tough break out of that as well. But we will re-rack and restack the field as we get ready to go back under the green flag. Series owner John Ward, he lines up on the inside of row number 1 with former Little Guys Series champ Justin Mills to his outside. In the second position, row 2 to be Heath Job and Nash Brambilla. Row 3 would be Ron Morris and Kenny McCullough, with row 4 being J.R. Miller and Sierra Clamper. Excuse me. And then row 5, Thomas Parker and Michael Triscaro. Excuse me. Row 5, Thomas Parker and Andrew Schroeder. So we'll try this again. Again, no fast repair might mean that the nights have come to an end. I believe that is the case for Danny Eschelman. And it is. Danny Eschelman's night is over. At least it seems that way. Let's make sure I didn't go too quickly on the camera work here. And yeah, it appears Danny Eschelman has called it a night in the 26. Kenny McCullough, you see big damage on the 0-3. We'll see how that affects him right here on this restart. It will be 37 laps to go. Very unique concept tonight as we get ready to go back under the green flag for the third time. Excuse me, for the second time. And so here we go. Ward and Mills control the field. Ward has a teammate in quotes on his inside here with Heath Job. Obviously, the two both members of Hyper Motorsports. But tonight, Heath Job's teammate, if you will, is Tyler Vickery, who is 6th on the outside. And John Ward's teammate is Josh McCullough, who is the 7th truck on the inside of the racetrack. Into the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air, and away we go towards turn number 1. We're back underway from Talladega for the Little Dog, Big Dog event. Bottom line, very disorganized. Top line, a lot more connected here through 1 and 2. They will have a big surge off of 2 and down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. It'll be led by Justin Mills and Nash Brambilla. And how much will that damage slow down Kenny McCullough in the 0-3? It's already appearing to slow him down here off turn number 2. See if he gets any kind of momentum back when they go down the back straightaway and off towards turn number 3. Not really. McCullough hanging about a car length off of Nash Brambilla. It allows the bottom line to recover from their bad restart and surge ahead of the race lead as now the top line tries everything it can to get back connected. Ron Morris will get clear. Let's see if he takes it off turn number 4. He will hang in line for the moment. Heath Joe, a little bit of miscue there between the two Hyper Motorsports trucks, and up on the outside. Third line starting to build, and it is rolling in a big way. It's got a big run. It was led by Devin Ray. Now it's led by Andrew Schroeder. So Schroeder, Ray, and Austin Green as Logan York dives back in line. And off turn number 2, it'll be a 3-wide race by the time they get back to turn number 3. Because that outside has a big run, and they got more trucks, more energy starting to join the fray up against the outside safer barrier. Still Schroeder leading the way in the third line. See if Justin Mills has anything to say about it here on entry to 3. He leans. He's still leaning, trying to perhaps lead the top line, but now thinks better of it, and that allows Ron Morris to get clear into the middle. Headed for the trial, Ron Morris to the middle, pushed by Heath Job. He will take the lead. Outside starting to lose some steam up against the safer barrier. They need a little bit more help than they've got right now. They get it in the form of Justin Mills, and on the middle line starts to bail. Morris back to the bottom. So too is Nash Brambilla, and all of a sudden Heath Job is left all by his lonesome. Up top, Mills with Schroeder and Devin Ray. Mills will go to the middle in front of Heath Job and leave Schroeder and Ray to their lonesome. John Ward now jumps back to the middle, outs from behind Ron Morris. He will go back to the race lead. They need more trucks up there. They get it in the form of Logan York, and now Devin Ray drops back out of line. A lot going on here at the front of the field, and now the middle line starts to fail again. Justin Mills is going to try to block that top line, but just too much to ask. He'll get some help here from Michael Triscaro. As Triscaro starts to come to the front, J.R. Miller, that was a tight clear on Justin Mills, but everybody made it work. J.R. Miller, Andrew Schroeder, great standing for those two teammates here tonight in this Little Dog Big Dog event. They currently run the best of any of the teams. Looking for some of the other teams. Thomas Parker, Nash Brambilla, both relatively close to the front. Actually running nose to tail on the inside. Miller gets loose off the bumper of Justin Mills, and now he will have to pay for it. He is going to the back. J.R. Miller will go all the way back to this lead, the end of this lead draft. And the middle line again loses some steam, and the bottom line surges. Ward up to get Heath Job and allow Ron Morris to surge on the bottom, but not much help behind Nash Brambilla, so they'll probably have to recover here off of 4 unless Morris can get clear of John Ward, which he cannot. So Ward will go back to the lead by the time they exit the tri-oval. Up top, still Schroeder, Ward, and for now, J.R. Miller. We'll see how long he stays up there. A lot of these guys have dropped out of this lead draft, and now right along the bottom along that yellow line. 33 laps to go, this time by lap 18 on the board here at Talladega. Closing in on halfway home in this off-week race. This Little Dog Big Dog Team Draft event. Sierra Clampert has entered back into the top 10. That's going to be a welcome sight for her teammate Austin Green, who runs 3 spots behind her in 13th. So those two starting to find each other. But still a very long way to go. Couple quick notes. Tucker McClendon and Kenny Stamper have called it a night early in this one, so the drivers for Team M and Team J have put their trucks on the haulers. I do believe. Oh, excuse me. No, Kenny Stamper is running back here by himself. Tucker McClendon is also still out here, but both are very slow. $19 laps of 50 on the board. Another quick note for you. Ryan Baste of KSR tonight of Team F, the teammate of Devin Ray, his teammate on KSR, got back on the lead lap after that last caution. He and his teammate now run nose to tail back in 16th and 17th positions. They're both in this as well. Ward back to the outside. He gets the lead back. I imagine he'll go middle to bottom here in the tri-oval. May try to bring Job with him here. Well, he tried, didn't get it. Heath Job's going to stay up in front of Logan York because here comes the outside. Justin Mills, the Season 3 champ, with Michael Triscaro in the 34 and Austin Green in the 87. The Season 3 champ, the Season 1 champ, and the regular season champ from Season 4 are up in the outside line. They've got Tyler Vickery trying to chase them down and help them out. 3 wide for the race lead is into the middle line. A big push, a spirited push from J.R. Miller to Logan York. York, a race winner this season and one of the weirdest finishes we've ever seen in the Little Guy Series. As he won a race with, he won week 4 of the Little Guy Series. Locked his way to the championship race for another season. Almost trouble. Heath Job gets turned off the bumper of his Hyper Motorsports teammate, John Ward. He'll have to try to find a spot in line. He can't really run the apron in these. And they will let him back up here in turns 1 and 2. If he wants to go back up, he's still down on the apron. And he will hopefully find his way up here off of turn number 2. It'll be Logan York that goes to the lead, but not for very long because the run from the outside once again surges its way forward. And this time it's led by J.R. Miller. The driver for Team H pushed by his Team H teammate, Andrew Schroeder. The first pair of teammates that have been nose to tail this close to the front of the field find themselves leading the outside line. Almost to halfway, 4 laps short of the halfway point. The field really is broken up now. It is about 6 rows of 2x2. Then after that, a lot of single file along the bottom side of the racetrack. Mills leans out third line. Triscaro sees him coming and goes up there with him. What will it profit them? Now the middle is only 2 trucks. It's Austin Green and Andrew Schroeder as J.R. Miller jumps back to the inside in front of Logan York. York's going to get clear off too. Miller starts to transition up, but stays down the bottom. Top line's got a little bit of roll now with Mills and Michael Triscaro, but how much do they have? They don't really have a third truck. Sierra Clampert is in behind her teammate now, Austin Green. 3 cars top, 3 cars middle, and a lot on the bottom. John Ward jumps out from third. Logan York jumps out from second. JR not going to be able to block this one, but he's going to try anyway. And splits out Logan York 3 wide. And I can't imagine Logan's going to be too happy about that one. He will get a nice push here from Michael Triscaro in the tri-oval. As those two try to build up a run, the field will lap past a truck here as they head for turn number 1. And that will be Kenny Stamper and Danny Eschleman. Both still running, but both slow with damage, so they will get lapped here in turns 1 and 2. Off of turn 2, John Ward, Andrew Schroeder continue to lead the way down the backstretch. Should be Schroeder nosing out in front for the first time with the help of Austin Green. As Sierra Clampert starts to make her way to the front and behind her teammate. So now it's Team O that's the closest to the front. Team O, Team H looking really good. Team N as well. Thomas Parker and Nash Brambilla still nose to tail 4th and 5th on the bottom. Sierra Clampert jumps out of line, but doesn't really go anywhere now. Triscaro stuck out there all by his lonesome. As J.R. Miller jumps back to the outside on entry to 1, he'll get a push from his teammate Andrew Schroeder. As they head through turns 1 and 2, again 2x2 for the race lead. Ward had it, but did not have it for long. Leaders playing hot potato with the race lead. Ward back to the top. He wants to lead again here in 4. He'll get it from Ron Morris. Diedrich tries the top, but no dice. There's not much help going up there with him right now. A few drivers have lost the draft. Those being Mike Davenport, Richard Elliott, Trevin Osbornoff, Joey Allen, John Mullahan. Well, there's a few drivers back there towards the tail end that I believe have probably lost the draft at this point. Including Devin Ray. They have gotten very separated back here, and they're trying to hang on, but I don't think they're going to be able to. Up front, Ward, Morris, lead 2 on the bottom, Miller and Green, the lead 2 on the top side. Now, Devin Ray, Ryan Baste, and company have started to gain some time back. Kenny McCullough, Dustin Carruthers, Sean Mullahan, Joey Allen, and Trevin Osbornoff, along with Mike Davenport and Richard Elliott, have all lost the draft. So from 20th to 26th are all out of the draft right now. Big push in the middle. It's J.R. Miller and Austin Green. They'll go to the race lead onto the Alabama Gang super stretch. Down the backstretch, up top, Sierra Clampert. She comes all the way to the front, but can't quite get clear of John Ward. And she and Logan York will start to go backwards. But it's J.R. Miller right now leading the way for Team H. His teammate Andrew Schroeder has been dropped all the way to 13th in this latest exchange. Just over halfway home here from Talladega, 24 to go when we hit the start-finish line. A pit stop is still to come at some point on this run. I figure close to about lap 40 to 45 is when we will see that pit stop. So here in about 12 laps or so, 14 laps or so. Excuse me. Yeah, 14 laps or so, I imagine, is when we would start to see the pit stop. Unless these guys decide to pit early, which I know these guys tend to do in some of these races, that would require them to pit probably in the next 4 laps, if I've done the fuel calculations correctly. Then they should be able to go about 20 to 22 laps, which Would mean the pay window would open here very shortly. Big surge outside. It's PGR eSports owner Michael Triscaro that goes to the race lead. The 34 Chevy Silverado with the Intimidator Super Speedway Series logos adorning the front of that machine here tonight, celebrating the return of the Intimidator Super Speedway Series on Thursday nights as the title sponsor of the PGR Thursday Night Series. He surges to the lead with the help of Justin Mills. Sheets looks outside, no dice again, nobody going with him. Ward, Miller, Green inside, Triscaro, Mills, York, Morris outside. Brambilla is the fourth on the inside. Inside Big Surge with 23 to go. One will get clear, two will get clear. How about make it three? And it will. It's Austin Green, the 87, that will also get clear. JR jumps to the top side, but Austin stays down. JR will get a nice push here from his team owner on most nights, Michael Triscaro. Tonight, JR obviously paired with Andrew Schroeder. Mike paired with Joey Allen. 22 laps to go. The pay window is getting ready to open for our final window of pit stops. And if this race gets to a green flag pit stop, it'll do something that Monday night races in the Little Guys Series have yet to do in a while, and that's make it to a green flag pit cycle. On the outside, Austin Green with the help of J.R. Miller. They will surge to the lead here down the backstretch. Austin Green will go to the lead. I imagine he'll drop back to the bottom here in 3, and he will. To the help of John Ward, move Austin Green, the regular season champ, back to the race lead. Off turn 4, Green and Miller battling for the race lead elbow to elbow. John Ward, Michael Triscaro pushing for what they're worth here. As with 21 laps to go, again we await that final pit stop. Miller, big surge. And down the backstretch they go. Big surge from the outside. Can they get to the lead? Not quite. Actually, the bottom gets the better surge. And now it'll allow John Ward to jump to the outside and go for the race lead. Ward around Austin Green. He'll go back to the point. Again, Ward paired with Josh McCullough, who is on the inside right behind Devin Ray right now. Very powerful combo. John Ward, series owner. Josh McCullough, Season 2 champion. Ward, a multi-time PGR winner, the 2023 PGR champion. That is a very star-studded team. A lot of accomplishments between those two. But right now, McCullough not at the front. He's towards the tail end of this lead draft, and Ward is up here fending for himself for the moment. A lot of guys up here fending for themselves. Austin Green's teammate Sierra Clampert. She is towards the tail end of the draft now. J.R. Miller's teammate Andrew Schroeder's back in 10th. Nash Brambilla's teammate Thomas Parker is the closest to him, right behind him on the inside, but they are boxed in on the bottom. Logan York's teammate Mike Davenport has lost the draft. So too has Ron Morris's teammate Brock Westmoreland. So a lot of guys up here with no teammates right now, and that's kind of the idea of an event like this, is that teammates go out the window when you start drafting guys to run with guys they're not used to. You take some of the team element out of this style of racing. And you make it to where you have to run with somebody maybe, again, that you're not really used to running with. Pit stops. Short pitting here off turn number 4. It's John Ward that leads the charge onto pit road. Justin Mills will follow him in, as will Ron Morris, Devin Ray, Josh McCullough, Tyler Vickery, Ryan Baste, Heath Jobe, and Mark Vondell. That leaves on the racetrack J.R. Miller, Austin Green, Michael Triscaro, Nash Brambilla, Logan York, Thomas Parker, Andrew Schroeder, David Sheets, and Sierra Clampert. With 18 laps to go, you expect this group to pit when they come off turn number 4 next time, but this group up top is stuck there, at least for the moment. They're not going to be able to pit unless they go out and into line, and I don't think that's going to happen. They may have to go 2 more. And you see Andrew Schroeder. He knows his teammate's probably not going to be able to pit right here. He jumps up to the middle lane, and now we'll try to help his teammate run a good lap next time by, as this group, I imagine, will pit. Austin Green, Nash Brambilla, Thomas Parker, David Sheets, Sierra Clampert to pit road. 4 lead lap cars remain on the racetrack. J.R. Miller, Michael Triscaro, Logan York, and Andrew Schroeder. A pair of teammates, Miller and Schroeder, and then Logan York and Michael Triscaro. Off turn 2, these 4 will try to work their way around, run a good lap, and then come to pit road. We'll have to see where this Austin Green, Nash Brambilla, Thomas Parker, Sierra Clampert group cycles out. They're coming out of the pits now. And I believe this Josh McCullough group may bypass them. It's a group of 5 that have held on to this lead group. They'll go by David Sheets. And they will now go by Austin Green, Thomas Parker, Clampert, and Brambilla. Miller, York, Triscaro, Schroeder on pit road. And this should theoretically be a group of 9 when they blend back together, but that group is going to have to get it sorted out or they're going to lose the draft. And with Clampert out of line, that does not help. Already 8/10 between these two groups. 8.5. It will stall out, it appears, right about 9/10. So I think they've caught the draft just barely. As Thomas Parker will start to really push and make this a tough race here. Not really any teammates other than Parker and Brambilla, actually Green and Clampert, but Clampert may lose the tail end of their draft. We'll also have Miller and Schroeder, should they be able to blend with this group. Schroeder will be close, the other 3 should. And actually will work as bridge cars for that second group. Pit stops complete, 16 laps to go, and this will be the race for the finish. McCullough goes to the lead as Miller, York, and Triscaro try to pick up speed, and here come the next group. Austin Green, Thomas Parker, Nash Brambilla, Andrew Schroeder. I believe Sierra Clampert is going to lose this draft. She's already over a second back. I don't think she's going to be able to hold on to it. McCullough gets left out to drive for the most part. It'll be Morris going to the lead, but not for very long. Here comes Tyler Vickery. His teammate, Heath Jobe, is back in what is now really like the third group, led by David Sheets. They're about 6 seconds back of the leaders as they run right now, and about 4.5 seconds, more like 3.5 seconds from having any kind of draft. So it appears this race will come down to the 11 cars in the lead draft, and here they are. Actually, it's going to be 12 cars in the lead draft. And here they are. Josh McCullough, J.R. Miller, Ron Morris, Logan York, Tyler Vickery, Thomas Parker, Ryan Bass, Nash Brambilla, John Ward, Michael Triscaro, Austin Green, and Andrew Schroeder. That will be your 12. Will likely race for the win. 14 laps to go. Josh McCullough, big surge to the inside. He'll go back to the lead. The Season 2 Little Guy Series champion back in the field tonight. And back to the point. J.R. Miller leaning out of line, but going to have help go with him in the middle, and top just cannot get it figured out right now. It's John Ward, Michael Triscaro, and Austin Green that are trying to get that top lane to go, and it just will not go. Now everybody transitions back to the bottom, so they'll actually be able to run the middle. Austin Green goes all the way top to bottom. It'll be Morris, Ward, and Triscaro that are in this lead group with 13 laps to go. Miller jumps out of line in front of Ron Morris. And J.R. Miller will go back to the point. Off turn number 2. He's coming off a Ron Morris Racing Tuesday Night Thunder win. And ironically, who else would he be getting pushed by to the lead but Ron Morris? As Morris stays up in front of John Ward, he'll go to the lead. So in this group, there are a couple pairs of teammates J.R. Miller actually just lost his teammate Andrew Schroeder, who's lost the draft. So the two pairs of teammates up here in this lead group, John Ward and Josh McCullough, the pushers in each line. Thomas Parker and Nash Brambilla are nose to tail on the inside, 4th and 5th. That is the only pairs of teammates. Actually, yeah, that's the only pairs of teammates in this lead group that will have a chance to race for the win. Everybody else is every man for themselves. 12 laps to go. Again, the top line tries to go. Again, no dice for now, but they get a little bit more help. Josh McCullough back to the outside. Will the bottom side be able to fend off that run? It does not appear that they will. Off turn number 4. 2 wide, 5 rows deep, and then Based hangs in the balance right between the bottom and top lanes as they hit the tri-oval once again. McCullough top side, Miller bottom side, then Morris and York, then Ward and Parker. 11 to go. Through 1 and 2, and onto the Alabama Gang super stretch for another time. Both lines start to push harder. The intensity has gone up. McCullough back to the bottom. He gets the lead back here in 3 and 4. It is Ron Morris now that will lead the top, and McCullough went to the bottom expecting that line to surge. It did not. The top is the line that surged, and it's all because of John Ward. They're going to have to probably build a third line here to be able to do much of anything. Ryan Bass, Tyler Vickery decide it's time to go. They get up to the middle. I'd look at Michael Triscaro, Austin Green, Ryan Bass, Tyler Vickery to be the guys that sparked this third line. Triscaro may not have to. Now lays on the bumper of John Ward and will try to push him forward down the backstretch. 10 laps to go in the Little Guy Series off week. Little Dog, Big Dog race. Oh, offset push down the back. Josh McCullough and Ron Morris followed each other off the banking and all the way under the yellow line, but got it back up on the racing surface. But what that did is it allows the top lane to gain some energy and now pull even. John Ward, series owner of the Little Guys Series, back to the outside with the help of Michael Triscaro. Austin Green, Tyler Vickery, Ryan Bass ride in tow. 9 laps to go. John Ward's lost the tailgate. The 92 has lost the tailgate aboard the Hyper Motorsports F-150, and now it's going to make it really tough for anyone to push on the back of John Ward. That's a really unfortunate break as the rear bumper cover has come off the 92. You see right there, no rear bumper cover, and you can see right now how much momentum that line is losing. Morris up to the top side. They're trying to build some kind of something. McCullough gets into Morris wrong there, offset off turn number 4, and almost turns him down into J.R. Miller. Luckily, everything sorts itself out. Top side, Austin Green, Tyler Vickery. Morris drops back down to the bottom, and again, that bottom line, that middle line may just take a little bit of time off because they go to the top side around them. Michael Triscaro leads the charge. Austin Green, one of the best pushers in the game, and Tyler Vickery for Team PGR is up there as well. Does J.R. Miller take an opportunity to get in the middle? Yes, he does. Does Ron Morris throw a block? No, he does not. New leader on the backstretch at Talladega is J.R. Miller, but for how long? Here comes Triscaro. He'll nose out front. Will Miller be able to get clear into turn 3? It's awfully close, but not yet. They'll need one more big push off 4 on the top line, and they may just get clear. Really heavy side draft there in 3 and 4 by Michael Triscaro, but that's exactly what they have to do. That's how they keep momentum. Unfortunately, it starts to fade again. J.R. Miller leads the middle. Ron Morris leads the bottom, and the top side will have to try to regroup. Miller leads at the line. 7 laps to go. Into 1 they go. Miller back to the bottom in front of Ron Morris, and Triscaro and Austin Green will regroup towards the back. Now Bass takes a look out third line. He's got Vickery with him as the lead pusher, but this time, not enough momentum. Ron Morris back to the middle in front of Josh McCullough. Logan York now the lead pusher on the bottom side. Parker and Brambilla, more props to them. They've been buried on the bottom, it seems like the whole race. Miller continues to lead. Again, gets clear of Ron Morris. Can go up if he wants to here. He will. Slides across the front bumper of the 76, but takes that push and leads the middle. Top line rolling. Ryan Baste and Tyler Vickery, but no help to be found. Morris and Miller both clear to the bottom of the racetrack. Miller is going to have the best help here of anybody because Morris has fresh temps. McCullough doesn't really have any help. That's his Team C teammate, John Ward, but they really just have no help, and it's going to allow for the first time tonight perhaps Thomas Parker and Nash Brambilla to get clear. Parker does. Nash does not. Logan looks topside, but Parker stays bottom, and York dives back in. Now Morris to the outside. Logan will stay put and allow Thomas Parker to get to his back bumper. Starting to scramble a little bit here at the front with 6 laps to go. It's starting to get very dicey. Does Logan York still get clear here off of 4? He's trying to push himself clear. He will. Does he get up on the bumper of Ron Morris Jr.? No, he stays put. Now he takes the right. To the outside, Logan York in the 0-1. York to the outside. He's got Ron Morris and Josh McCullough in behind him. I'd look back around the 34 machine as the first trucks to go 3 wide if some are going to go. Logan York to the point. 5 laps to go. The nitty-gritty has arrived here at Talladega. Crunch time. Lap traffic up ahead perhaps. They got to get lined up behind John Ward. They're losing ground here off this lead group of 7. York back to the inside. They're still losing ground. They need to get it figured out. They're trying to push Ward, but no tailgate, and it's actually working right now for Triscaro. Morris, another big surge. Now he gets back to the outside of Logan York. Here comes that run. The 92 to 34. They're going to have a big run going into 1. Where do they take it? 4 laps to go. They go topside. York sees it coming. He jumps up on the bumper of Ron Morris. Triscaro dove back in. Hung Ward out to dry, and now will jump in front of him. Ward almost comes down and cuts off Austin Green. Now the 34 and the 87 will have the big run. York still has the point. Oh, man, that was not a great timed move there into 3. Watch for Tyler Vickery potentially to make a move to the outside. Triscaro denies him as well. No dice there either. Off turn 4 to be Ron Morris that goes back to the lead. Triscaro, I fully expect to go. They just need to get an organized run. 3 more circuits around Talladega. Miller hard pushing on the bottom. McCullough hard pushing in the middle. Triscaro, Green, Based, Vickery are the ones that tried it earlier, and I imagine would be the ones that would try it again. This will be the time to do it right now as they get stacked up off turn 2. And he looks. Triscaro leans. Now he dives out of line. Michael Triscaro with Austin Green, Ryan Baste, and Tyler Vickery in tow. And this is a really well-timed run. And I mean really well-timed. The side draft probably a little bit more than this. They do come down a little bit now on the doors of the middle lane. Here comes Michael Triscaro. Logan York's way out of shape off turn 4. York to the lead. No surge on the bottom. Does Morris hang a left on him here at the exit of the tri-oval? He does, and that might just allow Michael Triscaro to get clear on entry. It does. New leader at Talladega, Michael Triscaro. And how sweet would this be for the 34 if he could go to victory lane? But Austin Green, Ryan Baste, Tyler Vickery, they're not done up top because the middle only has 2 trucks. And they're very separated. Brambilla finally got up. Austin Green to the middle. A big shuffle here at the front of the field. Nash Brambilla's up as well. He's 4th in the middle. Now jumps back down to the bottom. Triscaro up to the help of Austin Green. Morris will go back to the lead briefly off turn number 4 as the field heads for the white flag. It'll be 2.66 miles separating somebody from big-time glory. Who's going to get the job done? White flag, 1 lap to go. Who's got more temps? If Triscaro gets clear by the time they get to the end of the Alabama Gang Super Stretch, he might just win the race. The same might go for Ron Morris. He gets loose, though, off the bumper of J.R. Miller. He's not quite going to get clear. Green to the back of Triscaro again. Drag race down the Super Stretch for the final time. If Triscaro can get clear, I think he's going to win the race. Osbornoth is crashing right ahead of the leaders. He keeps it off the racetrack. It'll be a drag race all the way home. Who's got the freshest temps? Who's got the best push left in him? Triscaro moves up. He goes to block Austin Green. Does Green take a look for the win? Into the trial for the final time. York jumps high with Brambilla. Green committed to Triscaro. To the line. It's a drag race. Del Dor at the line. Ron Morris steals it. Ron Morris Jr. steals the victory. Right at the line. And just as he did in the Little Guys Series race in week number 5, Ron Morris steals away a victory in a drag race finish at Talladega. Another classic here on the high banks, an incredible race. Team K gets the victory. That's Ron Morris and Brock Westmoreland, and will get credited for the victory tonight. As Morris will celebrate here on the front stretch. As he steals another one. 2 weeks in a row that Ron Morris leads the final 100 feet at Talladega and gets the job done. And a lot of burnouts going on here on the front stretch, including the winner, Ron Morris. And a really great finish here to end this one at Talladega. We'll go back and take a look at the margin of victory. And we'll start it from the exit of turn 4 because I think if Triscaro had stayed down, he might have still won the race. And right here, I think if he blocks, he probably wins the race. And unfortunately, he waited a little bit too long to drop down in door. We'll try to get a... Try to get it right on the start-finish line. And there's your margin of victory for Ron Morris Jr. in a thriller at Talladega as he wins it by a half a nose over Michael Triscaro at the line and gets the job done here in the off week for the Little Guys Series. We'll go through your finishing results, and then we will go grab your top 3 for some post-race interviews here in just a moment. Ron Morris steals away another one here at Talladega Superspeedway 2 weeks in a row that he has stolen away the victory. So Ron Morris wins. Michael Triscaro finishes in the second position. And it's Logan York that finishes in the third position tonight. J.R. Miller finishes 4th. Josh McCullough in 5th. Austin Green 6th. Nash Brambilla in 7th. Thomas Parker 8th. Tyler Vickery 9th. And Ryan Baste rounds out the top 10. It's John Ward finishing 11th. Devin Ray in 12th. Sierra Clampert in 13th. David Sheets 14th, Justin Mills 15th, Heath Job 16th, Mark Vondell 17th, Andrew Schroeder in 18th, Richard Elliott 19th, and Joey Allen rounds out the top 20. Dustin Carruthers 21st, Mike Davenport 22nd. It is Kenny McCullough 23rd, Trevor Osmond in 24th, John Mullahan 25th, Danny Eshelman 26th, Kenny Stamper 27th, Brock Westmoreland 28th, Tucker McClendon 29th, and Caden Diedrich rounds out the 30 truck field. We're going to go get your top 3 for some post-race interviews. Stick with us here at Talladega. We'll be right back for the post-race show. Back live at Talladega, we are going to go to our post-race show now and our post-race interviews. We'll move first to the man who finished in the 3rd position tonight here at Talladega, and that is Logan York in the 0-1. Logan, it's Dawson in the booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dawson.
Well, crazy race. We saw a caution early on in the going, but then after that, a lot of green flag racing. Crazy last sequence. We saw you top of 4 wide there at the exit of the tri-oval. You squeak away with a 3rd-place finish in what was a chaotic ending. Take us through that last sequence.
Yeah, after that caution came out, or not after the caution, but after that green flag pit stop, you could tell kind of got crazy from there because they're just racing it to the end. No worries of another green flag pit stop. My goal was honestly just to be in the middle as long as I can because that top lane, unless you're 2nd or 3rd in line, you can't really do anything up there. So I was just hoping to be like one of the 2nd or 3rd cars in either on the bottom or the middle, and it just happened to work out. I ended up behind, I believe it was Austin, coming to the end, and then I saw Nash coming up, and he tried to make a move 3rd, and I tried to block it as quick as I could, and then that helped my momentum get past. That helped me get past Austin Green for that 3rd spot at the end.
Well, you're one of the drivers that's racing for a championship next week, a winner in this series this year. Does this kind of race help you prepare for that race at all? Getting to kind of move away from the points, kind of just relax for a night and set your mind for that race. Does that help you at all going into next week?
It's always good to get repetitions, but we do this stuff so often. I feel like we can't. It might be naive of me to say this, but I honestly don't really feel like any of us really have that too much to learn from this one race. Obviously, you learn. I think the biggest thing we learned is how to work with new teammates. So maybe tomorrow, if that person is in that race, you can work with them a little bit more. But other than that, I don't really think this race really played a role into what happens the championship race next week.
Well, nonetheless, we will see you racing for that championship next week. Tonight, though, you finish in the 3rd position. So before we let you go and enjoy that finish tonight, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
I want to thank Mike for tolerating me as his teammate. And then that's it. Thank you guys for broadcasting.
Well, congrats on a 3rd-place finish tonight. Go enjoy it, go celebrate, and we will see you soon.
Of course, thank you.
Logan York at the 0-2, the 3rd-place finisher tonight. Will lead us to the man who finished just a little bit short in what should be a frustrated driver, the number 34, the 2nd-place finisher tonight, and the owner of PGR eSports, Michael Triscaro. Mike, it's Dawson in the booth. You get a copy.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Well, not too bad. Look, I said it a few minutes ago. I'm sure this is a little bit frustrating for you. You come back in tonight, your first start really in the Little Guys Series against some of these drivers since the Season 1 championship race. So, it didn't look like you were phased at all. You come in, you finish a little bit short, but second nonetheless, still pretty good. Is there anything you could have done differently there off turn 4 to win the race?
I don't know, man. I was on the bottom, and I thought I made the race-winning move by going mid. I had, Austin pushed me up to the front. I figured he'd get me to the win, and I think Logan decided to kind of stop pushing him and get side by side, and it stalled us out a little bit. So I tried to pinch Ron and JR a little bit, and they just had a head of steam. I was kind of a sitting duck, man, and you know me, second's fun, but I don't care about the money. I want to cross the finish line first, and it doesn't happen much in these money races for me. I get a lot of bad luck, and it stings a little bit. I am happy to take second, but wish I would have crossed first. But glad Ron Morris got it. If there's a guy that's going to beat me, he's very deserving.
Well, your first start against some of these guys, like I said, since that Season 1 championship race, what was it like being back in a field like this, the field we usually see on Mondays? Again, maybe not used to racing in this specific race. What was it like being back out on track with these guys?
Oh, it was awesome, man. I love this series. I know the first year out I won it. I actually didn't even win a race, but I outpointed everybody. I was very consistent, and No, it's by far the most fun racing right now we have in money racing. I came on board today. John asked me for some help to put this event together specifically, and I just this team format and the way we structured the payouts was awesome, and had a couple guys throwing some bonuses. So this whole format tonight was great. Racing these guys that have been doing the money, the Monday night little guy series. Yeah, man, they're just they go for it. Let's put it that way. They're changing lanes. It's not a big team atmosphere. I mean, there's teams, but I mean, these guys are battling. They all want to win. I think winning means so much to them, more so than the money, and that's why you have such good racing here.
Well, another good one tonight in the off week as we get prepped for the championship next week. But nonetheless, you come in here, you shake off the dust a little bit from the Little Guys series, and you finish second. And it's got to feel still pretty good. I know you said you wanted to cross the line first. You still end up on the podium tonight. Get a nice little payout. So before we let you go and enjoy that, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, man, I want to thank you, obviously, for broadcasting, coming on board PGR eSports Network, Austin Green as well. You guys do an awesome job with these races. Obviously, Baker, Cohen, PGR, all the work that he does, putting together a lot of highlight reel videos. All my teammates at PGR, we've made each other a heck of a lot better over the course of the last couple months. But imagine they're one of the top 3 teams right now. So yeah, thank all those guys. Yeah, looking forward to SummerSlam coming up here in July. PGR Intimidator Super Speedway racing Thursday night in the ARCA car for the first time. So yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for doing this. We'll hopefully talk to you in Victory Lane again this week.
We'll certainly hopefully see you there. Congrats on a second place finish tonight. Go enjoy it. Go celebrate. And we will see you tomorrow night for RMR.
Thank you.
Michael Triscaro finishes second tonight. We'll get to the man who got the victory, stole it away at the very last moment, and that is the 76 of Ron Morris Jr. Ron, it's Dawson in the booth. You get a copy.
Hey, man, I got you. What's up?
Well, I'm getting used to this this whole you stealing it in the last 100 yards thing. You do it last week at Talladega. You steal it in the tri-oval. You steal it again tonight. I mean, take us through what was a chaotic last lap here tonight at Talladega.
Man, I'm enjoying these Monday nights. Man, I don't know, man. I thought Michael had it. I got up inside of him. He was in front of me. I was pushing him, and he made that move to the high side. And I was like, well, I might have a chance here now. I'm not buried down here on the bottom row, but I still thought he made the right move. I thought he was going to get a push on the outside, but I think it was JR behind me pushing me. But man, I got a heck of a push going to the line there, and just I didn't even look how close it was, but I know it was close. I was going back and looking at some other stuff, but oh man, what a race! That was so much fun. That was a blast.
Well, it was a lot of fun to watch from up here as well. I asked Logan this a minute ago. You'll be racing next week for a Little Guys Series Championship. Is there anything you can take from tonight, getting another rep in against these guys, that you'll take into next week as we prepare to race for a championship in the Little Guys Series?
Oh, I'm learning here. You just got to be aggressive because everybody else is. You can't sit back like I used to do. You got to be aggressive. You got to be up front. You got to nail your pit stops. I nailed my pit stops tonight. You just gotta do everything right. You can't make no mistakes, and you can't give a whole bunch. So hopefully I can repeat Monday night.
Well, you certainly didn't give any tonight. You take it at the very end, steal it in the tri-oval, and win again, headed into next week's championship race. Before we let you go and celebrate the victory, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, my teammate Brock, man, he got caught up in some trouble there early. Had that first incident where I kind of turned Kenny, but I went back and looked at the replay real close. I thought he was going up third line, and because he washed up the track and left the hole open there. And I took it, and he come back down. So I guess it was just the line he was moving, but Brock got taken out on that. Otherwise, I think we had a good chance at the team thing, because Brock's a good racer. But and I'm a McCullough Motorsports teammate, so even though we weren't on teams, we worked together a good bit out there tonight. And you guys, man, thanks for the broadcast. Gives me something to look forward to tomorrow to watch it. And for Ward and PGR Ward and Michael putting this thing on, it's a great idea. It's a good event. I feel bad. I was pushing Ward there going to the stage break or to the 25 lap halfway, money, and I thought he got the win, and I was about to blow, and he went up. I think the side drafts, JR or whoever it was, he was racing for it, and left the hole open, and I went down, and it cost him getting the stage money or the halfway money. So I feel bad about that, but I appreciate Ward for putting this stuff on. It's a lot of fun, man. A lot of different things. Just get a whole different chemistry when we get events like this. So it's just a lot of fun.
Well, certainly a very different look tonight, but a very fun one to watch. Very fun finish, chaotic finish, and you come out on top at the end again, stealing away the victory. Congratulations on the victory tonight. We will see you tomorrow night for Tuesday Night Thunder.
That's right. Tuesday Night Thunder tomorrow night, back to Talladega. So hopefully we'll have a good one tomorrow night.
We cannot wait. We'll see you then, Ron.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
Ron Morris Jr., the promoter of Tuesday Night Thunder, and our winner here tonight from Talladega Super Speedway. And as we get ready to wrap this one up, I mean, an incredible race, a really cool concept, and something that I kind of want to see more of. This was a series that Austin Green, my colleague, actually called for a long time. The Little Dog, Big Dog series run by McCullough Motorsports. Tonight we try it for the Little Guy series, and it worked really well. I thought it was a really cool concept, getting to see how guys interact when they're not able to directly talk to each other, when they're not able to communicate with their normal teammates, when they're kind of put with somebody maybe they're not used to. And you heard Logan York say, it makes you think about somebody differently. It makes you maybe say, oh, hey, I ran with that guy on Monday. Let me go push him a little bit and get up front. So on that case, I mean, it's going to be a really fun thing to see if we continue to do it moving forward. I look forward to seeing if there is a spot for this in the future on a more permanent basis. Schedule for the week as we get another week of money racing underway. Tomorrow night, you heard Ron Morris say it, we are back for Tuesday Night Thunder, back at Talladega Super Speedway in the Xfinity Series cars for 60 laps, back here on PGR eSports. Come join myself and Austin Green for the call for Tuesday Night Thunder as we lock in another driver to the Tuesday Night Thunder playoffs, perhaps with a victory, and continue on in that season. It's been a really fun one so far. Thursday night, the ARCA cars make their debut for the PGR Thursday Night Intimidator Super Speedway Series. That's going to be a lot of fun. I love that car track combo. Such a different way to drive and a different way to maneuver in these kinds of races in those cars. That's going to be a lot of fun. That is Thursday night at the usual time, about 10:45 is when we'll go green for that race on Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Friday night, another doubleheader for Super Speedway Kings as we are back with Jimmy Crow's Friday night doubleheader. First race will be trucks. Second race will be Xfinity cars. We're changing it up a little bit, and this is going to be a lot of fun on Friday night. I'll have the call for you on PGR eSports for that as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. Upcoming events as well. Remember the SummerSlam 499 this summer. We'll be giving you more information as it becomes available throughout the next few weeks as details get hammered out for what is going to be the biggest money racing event of the summer and one of the biggest money racing events of all time, hosted by PGR eSports. We'll give you more information about that as it becomes available. Stay tuned here to PGR eSports. Thank you so much for coming out and watching. My name is Dawson Wise. I'm happy to take you through all the action tonight. What a race it was. Ron Morris Jr., he's getting used to victory in the Little Guys Series. He wins the off-week race tonight in Talladega and will race for a championship next week. Next Monday, we'll be back. Championship Racing, 11:15 here on PGR eSports. Myself, Matthew Baker, Michael Triscaro will have all the action for you live here on PGR eSports. Hope to see everybody back then. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Subscribe to PGR eSports. Help us continue to grow this platform. We have some really great and huge things coming on the way for you. Other than that, everybody have a great night. Have a great week. And we will see you tomorrow night for Tuesday Night Thunder.